Hi. Okay. Just thought I'd have a go at this because I'm getting really frustrated by some of the versions of these predictions on YouTube. Some of them look realistic, some are very biased, and I'm probably going to be another one of those biased ones. So I'm using the Independent. No, I'm not. I'm using the Telegraph version of the prediction, World Cup prediction. Um, I only wanted to do the first round, but I'll have to go all the way through. So let's start with the first group. So um, Group A: Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal, and Netherlands. Um, I'm going on what I know about some of those teams and where they are at the moment. I've no idea about Qatar, although it obviously a home match is going to mean a lot, but and the temperature and everything else. So everything is going well um, on this kind of scenario for Qatar, but you've got some strong teams there and experience of big level, high level matches as well. Um, so Netherlands still going through a transition stage, I think, um, but still have some strong players. Um, I do think, um, uh, look, hearing the sound, looking into some of the players that Senegal have got playing for them, could this be the first World Cup where you see an African side going quite far? Ecuador didn't have a great qualification. Some weak teams in their qualification stage, and they still didn't do very well. So, in my opinion, um, I would go with Senegal first, Netherlands second, Ecuador third, and Qatar fourth. Let me know your thoughts on that. Um, yeah, right, let's go to the next one. This is the important one. Now, I've watched a lot of the American uh, kind of YouTube predictions on this one. I've tried to be impartial, uh, being a Welsh fan. I watched a match earlier, Panama versus USA. Sorry, on that pitch that they were playing on. I think any team could have done well on that one. Um, I don't see what I'm hearing. The US league is a completely different league to the European leagues. Um, I'm hearing a lot about Iran. Got some good players playing in Europe for Iran, but with a lot of other teams who have come to the World Cup. Okay, they've got experience of World Cup matches, but never really gone very far. Um, Wales are getting there in their hunt for big tournament experience. Um, Still have some big players in there who've got experience of things like that. I'm hearing that about the US team that they've got a lot of talent coming through. Okay, but I didn't see that in the games I've watched. I think the qualification stage for the US is just so not a great level. The American League is still, I mean, it's still trying to poach players from Europe to try and bring up the level in the US. And okay, yeah, I heard about they keep coming up with a friendly that we had with them a few months ago. A year ago, Wales put out a second string side. Um, Great last few qualification games for Wales, especially against Austria. Uh, Even their last game friendly against who were they playing? Czech Republic. second string side. We still drew with them. Very different Wales side these days. Fantastic game Bale had against Austria. Uh, Seeing a lot of signs of the old Bale coming through. But you can't go past the fact that England has got the experience of these tournaments now and a big expectation on them. I can't see them not topping the group. I don't see the US making big inroads in this World Cup. Okay, young side, but I just didn't see much quality in their qualification. I heard also that there was very laboured qualification um, kind of process that they had, could have possibly not qualified at all. So I don't see them actually making it very far in this qualification to go through. I think it's going to be Wales and then um, Iran and then USA, in my opinion. I'm going to go over to um, I'm going to go over to Group C now, and I think I'll go here with so we've got Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland. Poland are still kind of a one-man team. Lewandowski, okay, one of the best teams in Europe. Um, Still a pretty decent side. Going to be playing Wales playing them in the Nations League in Group A in the next month or so. Um, Mexico are just not the side they used to be. Um, Again, laboured with the qualification stage. Saudi Arabia, okay, they're starting to step up on things, but I still don't see them going very far. And then Argentina, with a hell of a lot of good players coming out for them. They're saying that they're a real dark horse at the moment to go through and get it this time round. So I'm thinking Argentina first, Poland second, Mexico and Saudi Arabia. So if you think any different, let me know. Let's go over to Group D. What a fantastic group this is. If I'm right, we're talking about Costa Rica or New Zealand, is it? I think France still looking pretty decent, fantastic side, so many good players. Mbappe, top of his game, possibility to go to Real. Um, Denmark, a great side even without Ericsson. They are a great sounding side in the top Nations League. Um, got far in the European, uh, but uh, I don't think they're going to beat France. Tunisia, I don't know much about. Um, I think it's been a while since they've qualified. I don't see them have. They don't have the big kind of game experiences. So I'm gonna go France, Denmark. I'm gonna go Tunisia next and Costa Rica after that. I'm going to go to Group E. Spain. I don't know who that is. uh, Germany and Japan. Or do I know who it is? Um, I'm going to go on what I've got here actually. I've heard a lot about this German side, and the Spain side is just kind of getting back to what they used to be like. I've heard a lot of things about their choice of players is not great, with more experienced players and more better players not being chosen. I think I agree. Germany first, Spain second. I'm gonna go Japan next because I have no idea who that is. um, all right, this is an interesting one. Um, I agreed with another kind of a YouTuber who mentioned about the Belgium side, and it's not the side that it used to be, but it's still strong. How can you keep Belgium out of going far in this? They still have some great players. Um, not so great up front anymore. Lukaku's having issues. He's not been used so much with his main uh, side. Um, and I'm hearing a lot about the Canada side that there's some great players coming through. I still don't think their qualification stages are that great, so I can't see them going very far. How can you? I just saw one YouTuber saying Croatia will come fourth. That's not happening. This is the side that went quite far in the last World Cup. So how can you not have Croatia in second? So I'm going Belgium, Croatia, Morocco, and Canada. Uh, I'm going to a group G. So you got Brazil, um, Serbia, Switzerland, and Cameroon. Heard a lot about this Cameroon side. Fantastic team. They did really well in the qualifying. Switzerland, a great side. Pushed England recently in a friendly. Um, Serbia has some great players, but they're in like Group C in the Nations League. Um, I did hear that they pushed Portugal recently, but I don't see them beating Switzerland personally. So Brazil, fantastic side, uh, could be their year again, coming back for revenge against Germany possibly. So Brazil, Switzerland, Cameroon, Serbia, and Group H, uh, who are Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and Korea. This is a very interesting one. I remember watching the Ghana Uruguay match. What a travesty that was. Ghana coming back, some great players there. Portugal, what's happening with Ronaldo? He's definitely at the end of his career. Not seeing his a bit. Well, he does put on the put it on when he plays. Puts on the Portugal shirt. He's still quite a passionate player for them. Um, so I think Portugal will still top this group with the players they have, and it'll be between Ghana and Uruguay for second place. I'm going to go for Uruguay, Ghana, and then Korea. Right. Okay. So Senegal, Wales. I'm going to go with. I don't think it could be a close one, but um, that one's a difficult one. I think it's an interesting one though. Uh, will Wales be overawed by being in the last 16 in the World Cup? Possibly. Our disciplinary has been pretty bad in the last 16 of the Europeans recently. Um, so it's an interesting one. I think it's in the Senegal boot too strong for Wales, so I'm going to go Senegal. Argentina versus Denmark. That's very good, kind of and exciting sounding game. Um, I think Argentina will be too much for Denmark. That again will be another close match. England, Netherlands. Last time England played Netherlands, I think it was an England win. Um, I don't think the Netherlands, again, there'll be another close match, but I think England will have too much for Netherlands with the players they've got coming through. Um, France versus Poland. I think it's going to be a pretty one-sided match. I think Mbappe and Griezmann will dominate that Polish back line. Germany versus Croatia. That's an interesting match. This could be a completely new German side with a new coach. Croatia are an older side, not the side that used to be in previous championships. I think Germany will have too much for Croatia. Brazil versus Uruguay. This is going to be repetition of the qualifying. Brazil was run away with the qualifying as far as I've heard. So Brazil, Belgium versus Spain. That's a really interesting one. I see that being a close one. I actually think Belgium will possibly be maybe go into extra time on that one, and they'll have too much for Spain. Um, Portugal versus Switzerland. Well, it's just a really good match again. I think Portugal, again, this will be a close match. I think Portugal will find this one difficult. I think Ronaldo will possibly not have the strength to take him through to the next round. I think Switzerland will have a shock here. Right, here we are in the quarterfinals. Um, so I'm going to go. This is going to be an interesting match. I wonder if Senegal will push Argentina to the last few minutes on it. Will they be unlucky? Maybe. Again, I think Argentina will have a little bit too much for Senegal, which is a shame. I think this could be a really good year for Senegal. Germany versus Brazil. Here we go. So revenge time for Brazil, possibly. I think so. It'll be an exciting match, but I think Brazil will be mindful of the last World Cup where they lost a crazy amount of goals. So Brazil will beat Germany. England versus France. Now here we go. This will be a really interesting match. I think England will be ready for this one. France have got a lot of good players just waiting in the wings to come through. Will their coach be willing to make those decisions, that key decisions? Will England be able to mark France out of the match? There'll be a lot riding on it. Possibly go to penalties. Um, I think I'm going to come back to that one. Switzerland versus Belgium. This is a very good match. Close, like a derby type situation. I think Belgium will have too much for Switzerland. I think I'm going to go. Who will England have for the back in the back? Maguire is not having a great time at Manchester United. Will France be able to exploit it? Their weaknesses in a back. Look at Pickford now with Everton, not having a great season. I think France will edge England on that, and it'll be another scenario of 1966 all over again. Of how many years of hurt. Argentina versus Brazil. Wow, that a match that would be. Um, I'm not even sure how that's going to go. France versus Belgium. Wow, that would be an interesting one. Did France get pushed to a point where would they be ready for Belgium? Belgium have got a great defense. I think I'm going to go Belgium on this one. They will cause a shock. They have the last maybe hurrah at this, and I think they'll defend like crazy after maybe having a goal out of it. What would happen against Argentina and Brazil? Um, this is going to be a really interesting one. As far as I know, it was a 1-1 draw in qualifying Argentina versus Brazil. They're saying the Argentinian side is a very strong team this year. I'm going to go Argentina. I know I'm going to get a lot of people shouting at me and send me comments on that one. Well, this is going to be a really interesting final. Belgium are still seen as by FIFA as the top team in Europe and in the world. Do they have enough to keep Argentina out? Haven't seen Argentina uh, kind of take it. I've seen them capitulating in a lot of big games. This might be their year, which would be interesting. I think they've got the ability to and the knowledge and the experience for this kind of game. Does Martinez have the knowledge as a coach for Belgium? He really does have the nous. I wonder. I think. Well, it'll be Belgium's what year? Okay, that's who I think is going to win. Uh, that's an interesting one. A lot of people have said similar in that England, Brazil, and Argentina go quite far. Will I be right on this? Maybe. We'll just have to wait and see. Waiting to see your comments and your thoughts on what I've said. Um, uh, please subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on how I could improve it. I'm looking forward to your thoughts and comments. Thank you.